Mega Man 11 for Nintendo Switch. It's good. Welcome to Stuff We Play, home of everything weird and retro. If that sounds cool to you, why not subscribe? Today, we're talking about a revival for our retro series. What's funny is that 10 years ago, we got Mega Man 9, which was a reboot of sorts for the classic Mega Man series. And then after 2010, there was kind of a lull in the series. And now we're at Mega Man 11 in 2018. That's a reboot again for the Mega Man series. It's kind of weird. And this game has been polarizing since it was first announced. A lot of people didn't like the new art style. A lot of people were angry because it wasn't an 8-bit art style, because apparently no one's ever liked a non-8-bit Mega Man game before. I'll be honest, I was a little skeptical too. But then I played the free demo on the Nintendo Switch eShop, and that skepticism faded. This is Mega Man 11 for the Nintendo Switch. A game that's a budget release, though you can pay full price and get the sweet Amiibo Edition. So let's go ahead and unbox the Mega Man 11 Amiibo Edition. Now, probably as you gathered by that very short pre-intro scene, I actually like the game. I've beat it 3 times already. 4 actually. But the 4th was the only one that I recorded, the only time I played in dock mode. But we'll get into all that in a bit, because I want to show you what comes in this really cool Amiibo Edition. So this is the part of the video where I'd usually, dump out whatever's in here, except I more graciously already have taken out the other goodies. And we have some Mega Man 11 stickers. We have Mega Man, Dr. Wily, Rush, and the game logo itself. Side note, I actually like the somewhat small redesign Mega Man's been given. But we also have, and this is really cool, I'm really big on patches, and we have a Dr. Wily patch. And I just think that's really cool. These all seem very high quality. In fact, here, let's take this little guy out right here. That is a Dr. Wily patch. That is very good. And then the final thing is, for some reason, Capcom's had a fetish, I guess, lately, of including microfiber cloths with games. And no one came up with that butchered Mega Man Legacy Collection release they did on the Switch. But look at that. We have an actual boss select. That's actually really, really cool. I'm really down for that. I almost want to get this framed. Almost. So the last thing we need to look at, as is the Amiibo Edition, is the actual Amiibo itself. So let's go ahead, let's put this other cool stuff back in here, and let's actually take the Amiibo out. And here we go. I really do like this pose. I think it's a really cool Amiibo, but what I like the most, and I'm not sure if you can see this, but the base actually has a Mega Man 30th anniversary logo on it. I think that's very cool. That's cool. Worth the extra money. If you're a Mega Man fan, yeah, but honestly, why would you buy a special Mega Man edition if you aren't a Mega Man fan? But should you buy Mega Man 11, even if you aren't a Mega Man fan, or if you're a veteran of the series and are on the fence and haven't made your choice by now? I have a few thoughts on this, and right off the bat to start off, I think that this game has a lot to offer, whether you're a newbie to the series or whether you're a veteran. And keep in mind, in the US, this is a $30 game, and here in Canada, it is $40. Budget release, good price. However, some interesting things to note about Mega Man 11. Did you know that this is the first Mega Man game to have been made that actually runs in a 16:9 aspect ratio? Did you know that this is one of only 3 numbered classic Mega Man games that is not done in an 8-bit style? The game itself starts off with a plot, going into some actual backstory for like the first time this damn series has decided to since Mega Man 4. Dr. Wily and Dr. Light went to college together. What college? Robot University. Yeah, I think the name's dumb too. But anyways, Dr. Wily was working on a system there called the Double Gear system, which could power up robots to way beyond their main potential, essentially overclocking them. Which was interesting, but Dr. Light didn't like it because A, it interfered with his research into making intelligent robots, and also if done too much, it could fry your machines. Dr. Light, being the asshole that he is, convinced the college board to defund all of Dr. Wily's research, sending Dr. Wily himself into a depressive spiral, which is why he ended up becoming so evil. Right off the bat, I know Dr. Wily's a bad guy, and yes, I know within like a few seconds after starting the game itself, he steals a bunch of Dr. Light's robots and makes them start attacking people and whatnot, but I can't help but leave this opening cutscene feeling like Dr. Light's a bit of an asshole. So anyways, we get to the game proper, and we have 4 difficulty modes. We have newcomer mode, which gives you infinite lives, makes it so you can't fall into bottomless pits, and that spikes don't kill you instantly. Really, it's stupidly easy if you're a veteran to the series, but I'd say it's really and truly perfect for newcomers. If you're new to the 2D platformer genre or legitimately haven't played a Mega Man game since Mega Man 2 back in the 80s, then this will be good to get you started. But if you think that's too easy, there's a casual mode, which is, well, easy mode. I played this mostly on normal mode, though I also played a bit on superhero mode. And that mode kicked my ass. I couldn't beat it. I beat it on the other 3 difficulties, including normal mode twice, but superhero mode is really, really brutal. But anyway, so we get into the game itself, and we have Mega Man, Roll, Dr. Light, and Otto. And can I just say how much I actually like the voice acting here? It's not the best voice acting ever, but I get this tone like you would in a hammy Saturday morning cartoon back in the day, and I honestly really like that. It's very cartoony and not very serious, and that's why I think Mega Man is at its best.
It's designed to push robots far beyond their normal strength and speed. If he really has completed it, I'm afraid you won't stand a chance.
So Dr. Wily gets mad and thus steals the robots, and then Dr. Light, once again being an asshole, decides, oh, Dr. Wily's using his double gear system, so we'll use the same double gear system that I, got defunded and then sent him into the depressive spiral with to stop him. We get thrust right into our boss select, where we have 8 different bosses, and they're interesting. Let's go into the stage design itself, and for the most part, it's tried and true Mega Man. It's 2D run-gun platforming, except you have the new double gear system. By pressing either the L trigger or the R trigger, you can either slow down time, and thus make it so you can make the enemies fire slower and you can dodge things easier or shoot at them more, or strengthen your own bullets, which, well, is always helpful. Of course though, there's a timer, but what really helps us is that if you get low on health, then you can press both buttons together at once in order to go into this pinch mode, in which you can fire super powerful weapon energy things. It's almost like a precursor to the Buster parts in Mega Man X when you get to this mode. However, the catch to this is that all the bosses can use the gear system as well. So stage design is actually really solid, and yeah, some of it's a little gimmicky. For example, Tundra Man's an ice stage, and you can slip on the ice unless you buy these boots that make it so you don't slip on the ice. And we have Bounce Man stage, which has these giant springs, these spring balls, which honestly, I know a lot of people really don't like this stage, but I think it's a really cool gimmick. It reminds me of Spring Man stage in Mega Man 7, which I also thought was gimmicky yet fun. What I found odd here though is that a lot of Mega Man games have mid-bosses on a lot of the stages, and every single Robot Master stage in Mega Man 11 does indeed have a mid-boss, and not all of them are winners. I really don't like this guy in Bounce Man stage and this guy in Blast Man stage, but overall I'd never say it feels unfair, except perhaps on superhero mode, and that's just because of one retro thing they added to this game that I just don't like, and that's retro style knockback. I mean, at several points I felt like I got hit by an enemy and that I didn't die because it was my fault, but because of the knockback. Take this section right here where I'm on this conveyor belt, and then I get hit by this enemy, and I can't get out of this stun animation. I just have to watch as Mega Man is vaulted off by the conveyor belt into the bottomless pit and dies. Graphically, however, I think it does look a bit like a budget game. I think it's bright and colorful, and it definitely looks like Mega Man, but it certainly doesn't look as sharp as it could. I'm not expecting a Mega Man game to look like Breath of the Wild, but I was expecting something a little more visually popping than this. The same, however, cannot be said for the soundtrack. I wasn't too incredibly crazy about the soundtrack at first, but it's grown on me. Stage Select theme, the Wily Boss theme, Tundra Man's theme. I'll be honest, I think my favorite theme here is Wily Stage 1, but I'm not going to spoil that stage for you. Except for the fact that the boss at the end of that stage is clearly nostalgia pandering, and it's really the only time this game tries nostalgia pandering. But I'm not going to say anything more about that stage than that. And now the one thing I did find odd was the omission of playable characters such as Proto Man or Bass, like in Mega Man 9 and 10, mainly as I felt that was a precedent that was set in Mega Man 9 and 10, it's odd not to see it here. But for an adventure where you just play as Mega Man, it feels completely tailored to your abilities as Mega Man, and I enjoy that. I think Mega Man 11 is worth it, but do I think it's the best Mega Man experience out there right now? Well, first things first, it's sure a hell of a lot better than Mighty Number 9. That game is a train wreck. Please act like that game does not exist anymore. However, I think Mighty Gunvolt Burst on the Switch is definitely good, and if you don't feel like buying a new released game that costs $40, then maybe try that out if you want to get some Mega Man goodness. The Mega Man Legacy Collection, both the regular and the X Collection on Switch, are split, meaning you get the first collection of each on a cartridge and then you have to use a download code for the others. And as a game that's sold as a physical release, I find that to be very scummy, and I cannot recommend good faith for you to buy that physically on the Switch. But if you're a Mega Man fan, or if you want something that's a platformer and that's new and that's built from the ground up to run the Switch and that's not a port, Mega Man 11's worth it. Or really and truly, if you want a new game for the Switch that's not going to cost a whole ton, that's not going to break the bank, I can recommend this. I know a lot of people have issues with it, and I get it. It's Mega Man, and it's a different Mega Man. It does things differently than Mega Man 9, 10, indeed what I think a lot of people want from a classic Mega Man game. But I think the overall package here is something that's different, but in a good way. It does enough to differentiate itself from the rest of the series and give itself an identity, but it's still Mega Man. And more than anything else, I'm glad Mega Man is back. Does Mega Man 11 look good to you? What's your favorite Mega Man game? Let me know down in the comment section below before I ramble on more a bit. And while you're at it, while you subscribe to Stuff We Play for more great content like this, or even back us on Patreon, because every dollar in from Patreon does go back into the channel itself. Wait, you know what? Last year I did something called Hacktoberfest, where I looked at one Sonic the Hedgehog ROM hack a week throughout the duration of October. Well, this year it's time for Mega Hacktoberfest, so come back next Tuesday as we start looking at Mega Man ROM hacks.